What's going on, scholars? It's your professor here, Enlightened Enlisted, and the Burning Sky update has been live for several days now. And as most of you have known, I've played Enlisted since the alpha, so I have seen a lot of updates in my Enlisted career. And the Burning Sky update was one of the biggest ones we have had as a player. I know that most of you, like me, were a bit upset that you thought a lot of the major issues such as game progression and monetization should have been addressed, but if you really dive down into this update, it does make some significant changes to the game. So a lot of people have been asking me while on stream, what is my favorite thing they added to this update? And if I had to just pick one, I would pick the weather and lighting improvements. Having raindrops form on your cockpit while flying around in a thunderstorm is just so cool to me. And the lighting improvements were noticed right away for me when I went into a hangar on the airfield map. Now, the mission editor is a close second because I think it adds a lot of replayability to the game, and I've seen some pretty crazy levels being constructed by you guys. It isn't something that I have a lot of time to do personally, but if War Thunder is a good indicator, we do know that they will add good ideas into the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some community-made maps. I do think it is quite annoying that we don't have any password or title options for private servers still, though. I mean, come on, Darkflow.
Do it! Just do it!
As I said earlier, there are a bunch of fixes that are added to this update, making it the biggest update for bugs we have seen since release. Some of these fixes are because of the memory leaks or the card crashes which came after the Stalingrad update, but it is nice to see. It also looks like Darkflow has fixed the terrible bug of having your AI troops just sink into the floor. Thank God. One thing people tend not to talk about with this update is the now reduced range of AI soldiers reacting to the sound of suppressed weapons firing. Just a side note, I can't stand it when people call it a silenced or a silencer. The weapon still makes noise, but that's my gun nut side showing. Regardless of what you call it, honestly, this gives the gold weapon orders a huge boost, especially the Irma, which tends to be really hard to get any kind of shots from far away. Regardless of this boost, never get the suppressed Mosin. My god, that thing is horrible. I've played both the new levels a couple times, and I have to say the farm level on Normandy is probably my favorite. It just has the perfect amount of open spaces for bolt action rifles to have great fields of fire, but routes that assaulters can take with cover to avoid tanks and such. The level improvements Darkflow keeps pumping out have been great. I'm not a huge fan of the Caliph Cave Village on Tunisia, but you have to admit it does just look damn good. On the topic of levels, the fact that they have adjusted all of the gray zones in most of the maps has been a great improvement as well with this update. I find myself now being able to attack on defense to very strategic positions, and I really welcome that. Now, the railway bridge, however, is just a really bad level design. Coming from the armored train mode of CeeLo Heights and rebranding it as a new level is just straight trash. It is super straightforward with no cover for flanking routes. It gives tanks way too much of an advantage, and I just suggest deserting whenever you see this map starting to load up. Speaking of desertion, let's talk about the new ranking system. In multiple days of playing for roughly 4 hours at a time, I got to the rank of First Lieutenant, and that was with me winning pretty much every match and getting a hero award pretty much with all of them as well. With that being said, I am seeing people that have made it all the way up to Major General already. Like, seriously, kids, go touch grass. I respect the grind and all, but damn. But seriously, I think that the ranks are really cool. Showing your commitment to the game and something that the player can work towards is a really good idea. I really do hope they give a good reward for people that make it to Marshal. I'm thinking like give everyone the previous battle pass gold weapons, just give them all to anyone that makes Marshal. Because if it isn't something that is big, then you're kind of undercutting the players who are keeping this player base alive. I am still wondering if they are going to be adding some sort of matchmaking system based off the rank structure. I'll keep asking and try to get answers for you guys. Do you guys want a matchmaking system based off of the rank structure? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, as far as game content, I am pretty impressed with the STG-44 in Berlin. With its rate of fire buff it got, holy Christ, that thing shreds. Flasks are super effective for your engineers with a sword to get to an area to put down a flank rally, but to this day I still haven't used the binos and I probably never will. I have, however, seen a lot more people using the shovels to dig ditches or trenches, which I still, again, find a waste of time because Enlisted is a fast-paced game and I don't feel like you have the time to do that. On the flip side though, I have seen people digging little holes on choke points to keep tanks from going through them, so bravo to you guys. I did purchase every premium bundle, so be on the lookout for those reviews in the coming weeks. But just real quick, I will say that the AS-44 is probably my favorite, and the rocket bundle isn't as OP as I thought it would be, thankfully. I am overall pleased with Burning Sky, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think as well. And if you want to see those reviews, be sure to hit that subscribe and that bell notification. It really helps the channel out a lot. And as always, scholars, hit those books and hit those bottles. Cheers. Like, just get on Pornhub, kids. Just get on fucking Pornhub.